Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Well, dear students, today we are starting with the chapter number 5, and that is very important in current scenario. The title is The Impact of Global Warming on Pakistan. And as we live in this country, definitely it is affecting us. So, let us see what are the key points that are discussed. It's quite a lengthy chapter, but I'll try to explain it very briefly. So, the very first key point is the sustainable development goals. In the chapter it says SDGs. The key idea is that the United Nations have given seven global goals, and for sustainable development, that means a development that sustains for long, and overall the development is observed. With reference to Pakistan, the SDG 13 is very important because it relates to the climate action, which is definitely very important for Pakistan due to its vulnerability to climate change. That means Pakistan is among those countries which are very much affected by the climate change. And now let us see what are the causes of this vulnerability. That means why Pakistan is facing this climate change than rest of the world. Very first thing, dear students, that we need to remember is that Pakistan has diverse geography. It means that Pakistan has mountains, plains, and coastal lines. So all the geographic conditions are present in Pakistan. Secondly, Pakistan depends very heavily on agriculture. And that means that if the climate is changing and the agriculture is affected, obviously the country will be affected, and the overall development will not be possible. Then we have observed very rapid urbanization in the past 2-3 decades, which is actually forcing on the resources, and then we do not have that strong infrastructure. Then we have very limited financial and technical resources as well, dear students, which means that Pakistan is not that much strong in terms of its finance, and that is why we see that we have to depend on IMF for so much time. Then, dear students, another factor is the high population pressure, which means Pakistan is among those countries which are actually facing very high population growth rate. We are a nation of about 20 to 40 million people, 24 crore, that means more than 24 to 25 crore people. And that population, increasing population, is putting pressure on Pakistan. So, as a result of all these factors, Pakistan is highly exposed to global warming and climate induced disasters. Okay, the next major section is the rising temperature and heat waves. In Pakistan, actually, the trend is the average temperatures in Pakistan are increasing rapidly because of global greenhouse gas emission, and the impact is more frequent and severe heat waves. That means that Pakistan is facing a lot of heat waves, and especially in urban areas, It is said that Jacobabad, that recorded temperature in 2022, that was recorded 51 degrees centigrade, which was among the world's highest. And Karachi, in fact, in 2015, the heat wave caused over more than 1200 deaths. So that is a very serious issue, and the causes are the greenhouse effect, the greenhouse gases are there, and the urban heat islands. That means the heat is trapped in the urban areas, and obviously we are not planting too many trees. So all these are definitely the causes. And how has the Pakistan responded to it? Well, we have introduced a heat wave management plan, and that actually gives an early warning system. And then we have started an awareness campaign under the SDG 13, that is about the global warming and the climate action. So this is actually a very serious issue, and we need to look into it very cautiously and closely. Okay, dear students, the next key point that is discussed in this chapter is the melting glaciers, and we know that we have the Himalayas and the Karakoram. Both the mountain series are here in Pakistan, but the glaciers in these mountains, they are melting very rapidly due to the rising temperature, which cause in short term it may cause flooding, uh, actually because of the increased water flow. But in long term, the condition will be very alarming, because it will reduce the water flow in rivers, which will cause water shortage, and definitely it is going to be a threatening thing for our agriculture as well. Well, we need to understand that over 30% of glacier ice in Pakistan has already melted, which is definitely an alarming situation. And how we are responding to it, there is a concept of GLOF. GLOF actually means Glacial Lake Outburst Flood. That is a project under SDG 13, which is focusing on early warning system and protective infrastructure. That means we have tried to stop this situation, but there are a few things which may not be in our hand, but we need to think over this issue very seriously, so that our future generations would be safe. Well, we are continuing with our chapter, and the next point that we need to discuss is Pakistan is facing increased frequency of extreme weather events, because it is said that Pakistan has faced more floods, and exactly the opposite, more droughts and cyclones, because of this climate changes. I think we have very too many examples in the recent years. In 2010, floods affected around 20 million people and caused 10 billion in losses. And even in recent year, you know that in 2025, Pakistan faced a huge flood, and it is said that more than 30 million people are affected in the floods in year 2025. And the losses, it is estimated that more than 30 billions are the dollars are lost in all forms. And in certain parts of Sindh, especially Tharpark region, we see that uh, people suffer from droughts and food insecurity. And what are the causes? Basically, the global atmospheric conditions. That means overall in the world the conditions are changing, and in Pakistan there is another thing, that is rainfall pattern. That means in certain years we see that excessive rains are there, as we observed in this year 2025, but in certain other years we may observe that there is less than average rain in many parts of the country. And how are we actually taking up this issue? How are we responding? The National Disaster Risk Management Framework that is there, and that aims to strengthen disaster preparedness and resilience. That means if any condition appears like floods or droughts or anything like that, we should be ready to face that, and by doing that, definitely we may save people from the extreme conditions. Well, dear students, all these things have great connection with the agriculture and the food security. Actually, we have a lot of dependency uh, on agriculture, and the Pakistan's economy as well as the food security, obviously it depends on agriculture. And the problem we are facing is that there is unpredictable rains, and there is a temperature fluctuation definitely that reduces the productivity of agriculture. And then the extreme weather conditions means too hot, or too much rain, or no rain at all, or too cold, that damages the crops. As we see that the wheat yield, it is said, that means the per capita per hectare wheat yield, that may fall by 6 to 8% by the year 2050. And in 2020, in fact, we have a locust attack, and obviously that was caused by the unusual weather, and it is said that it caused more than 2 billion in crop losses. And the reasons for them is that there is a rising temperature, and as I've already said, the irregular rain pattern, actually that is affecting the crop growth and soil fertility, which is definitely a great threat to our agriculture sector, and indirectly the food security. Alright, dear student, the next important aspect is the coastal erosion and the sea level rise. Both are very important. Actually, the problem is that in Sindh and the Balochistan coast, the sea level is rising. Uh, so, the sea level that is rising due to the global warming, and it is affecting, or the effect is erosion of coastal land. Then we have observed displacement of communities, and definitely it is damaging the infrastructure and agriculture in these areas. In fact, it is said that by the year 2100, that means in around 75 years, the sea level could rise by zero point 0.6 meters, which is very much, I believe, and displacing up to 5 million people. So 5 million people would be leaving their homes, which are living very close to the coastal line. And what are the causes basically? First of all, the thermal expansion of water because of the heat and global warming, and secondly, the melting of polar ice as well. That means because of the global warming, the polar ice or polar caps, they are actually melting, and how are government or countries responding to it? There is a mangrove rehabilitation which is launched to protect coasts and restore the mangrove forest. That means the forests which are very close to the coastal line. So that is how we are trying to deal, but I believe there is a lot more required to save the situation. Alright, dear students, we have come almost to the end of this chapter, and this is the last major issue that has been discussed in this chapter. uh, Issue is that it is actually, the whole thing is threatening biodiversity, that means the living beings, and the overall ecosystem in Pakistan. Actually, the changes in temperature and rainfall, they are harming the biodiversity. There are so many species of animals and plants that are extinct now. They do not live on this earth anymore. The loss of habitats are there, as we see that because of cutting of trees and jungles. The endangered species like the snow leopards and Indus River dolphins, uh, these species are now getting extinct. The deforestation is taking place. It is said that around 43,000 hectares of forest are lost each year, and because of that, obviously, there is a decline in ecosystem health and the natural resources. The causes can be the climate change, uh, then we have the deforestation. As I've just said, that we are cutting a lot of trees to endanger our species of animals and plants. And thirdly, the unsustainable use of land. That means sometimes we use, sometimes no. Then how we are responding, actually, the protected area initiatives under SDG 13, that actually aims to expand protected zones and restore our ecosystem. So, with that, dear students, we have come to the end of this chapter. Uh, just to give you a short conclusion, we may say that global warming has become a major threat to Pakistan's environment as well as economy, and to protect its people and resources. Pakistan must strengthen climate action under SDG 13 through sustainable long-term policies. We need to create awareness among our people, and we need to take measures to adapt to this situation. With that, dear students, I am leaving you, and I hope that you must have understood the main contents of the lesson. Thank you very much.